Okay, welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV. Last time we entered the anti-tower and found Minfilia in the Ethereal Sea. However, she merged with Hydaelyn or something, and is now a prophet. I don't know really, but anyway, she can't come back with us. So, what now, Aveno? I must ask that you not breathe a word of this to any of the others at the Rising Stones, especially Flamin. I will brief Tataru on what we have learned, as well as Oriange. He may have insight into what the word told us. Yeah, right. Minfilia called herself the Word of a Mother. So the people refer to her as the Word. As for you, Zerenium, after all you have done, I would say you have earned a rest. But speaking of well-earned rewards, I received a missive from Ser Aymeric by your way. It would seem he is planning a ceremony of some sort and would like you to attend. He did not divulge the details, preferring instead to explain in person. Mayhap you should pay him a visit. Okay. So, let's talk to Ser Aymeric.
A pleasure to see you again, my friend. I take it you received our invitation.
I have.
Good, good. You of all people should be present. When the true brothers of the faith seized control of the vault, I feared the worst. Yet in adversity were we blessed with the promise of peace between man and dragon through Vidofnir's timely rescue of an innocent child. Timely, I say, though miraculous or providential might better describe the event. The gods themselves could not have devised a more fitting symbol of hope.
Yes, and cynical people who call you a traitor will call it an arranged game.
Needless to say, we could scarce let such an opportunity pass us by. Which is why I set about making formal arrangements for a peace conference between our peoples. You and yours have done more to bring us together than any, and it is only right that you attend. But I confess that is not the only reason I would be glad to have you there. Given Nidhogg's implacable opposition to the peace, it is possible that he and his followers may attempt to disrupt proceedings, in which event your presence would be a comfort to all in attendance. Pray understand, I have no wish to invite the worm's ire, but if our fractured nation is to heal, if we are to move forward as a people united, then we must do whatever is necessary to bring about lasting change. Tis nothing. Tis nothing. Lucia cautioned me against giving vent to my passions, lest my wounds reopen.
Yeah, right. Knife in the gut.
It has not been easy reaching out to our opponents in Ishgard, many of whom sympathized with the actions of the true brothers. But in so doing, we have limited the influence of the zealots. The people are ready, my friend. This conference must go ahead. I knew you would understand. The conference will take place on the border of Ishgardian and Dravanian territory in Falcon's Nest. Lucia is there seeing to the final preparations even as we speak. Pray join her at your earliest convenience. 'Twould not do for the guest of honor to arrive late after all.
Yeah, but I will be arriving early and have to help. Because I know this game by now.
Oh, and one more thing. A drink! We should make time for one. Once the conference is concluded, I mean. By my reckoning, 'tis long overdue.
It would be my pleasure, Ser Aymeric. Even if the situation is not right. The Lord Commander said you would come, Zerenium. As you can see, preparations for the conference are proceeding apace. Mark well the curtain above. It conceals the relief that will be unveiled during the conference. The masons labor day and night to see it finished on schedule. Ser Aymeric wanted a symbol which would endure long after this conference is concluded. I think he would be pleased with the result. It was not my war, but I made it mine, and to see it draw closer to a resolution fills me with a strange hope. His faith is infectious, is it not? The certainty that we can be better when we are. Forgive me, I'm rambling. You must be tired from your journey. Go, rest. I will not keep you. So, should I rest now? Now let's continue. If you'd rather not take a rest, then why not take a walk around Falcon's Nest? Make your presence known to the people and so forth. In addition to those who have come from far and wide to attend the ceremony, you may meet the Lords Atorel and Emanelaine, who have graciously volunteered their services. They should be glad to see you. Now, if you'd excuse me, I must needs return to my duties. Wetwald, it's been a while. I'm glad to see that the rumors were true. Well met, Mr. Shadowstar, and fear not, I have no intention of begging your aid with this or that. Everything appears to be in order. My only lingering concern is that one of the convictors might not have been informed of our plans. As I recall, Vidofnir may pass directly over their encampment. The last thing we need is a glory-seeking nobleman attempting to slay a Dravanian ambassador to a peace conference. That would be rather bad. Do you know when everything's set to begin? I wasn't sure how many might come, so I thought it best to come early and find a spot with a great view. When I heard that Ser Aymeric was planning to make a speech, I knew I couldn't miss it. I mean, the man risked his own neck to rescue those hostages. How often do we get to heroes like that in this day and age? And he's more than a fighter too. He's a thinker, he is. He's got plans to better our lives, to change everything. And he'll do it by the Fury. Me and my friends and family, we all believe he can do it. Bloody exciting, isn't it? Not just peace with the dragons, but with all them heretics besides. Don't misunderstand, we've got all a healthy fear of being bathed in dragon fire. That being said, the heretics did far more to hinder our efforts here in the past, so hearing that we're close to a reconciliation comes to as a great relief. I will do my utmost to keep him out of trouble, but I may require your assistance later. Ah, still here, old girl? This is really not the time. How much has changed since we fought alongside each other in the vault. If you had told me that we would soon be hosting a peace conference, I would have thought you a naive fool. Yet here we are, preparing to make that fantasy a reality. And here I am, laboring to make it so. Feels good, isn't it? Lord Atterell, if I may? Certainly, First Commander. How may I be of service? Some of the conflictors are refusing to stand down. The majority were willing to do so, but a small party have instead pledged to engage any Dravanians bound for Falcon's Nest. Fury take me, they will defy Ser Aymeric's commands if they dare attack Vidofnir. It will not come to that, but to see that it does not, we must needs hasten to their encampment. They should be far more reluctant to oppose us were a Lord of House Forton present. And I understand completely. Let us depart at once. But ere we do, I must ask, would you look after Manalaine while I'm away? As you know, he has ever been an impulsive, changeable child. But recently, he seems to have been suffering from a bout of melancholy. I thought to lift his spirits by having him assist with guard duty. A simple but honorable charge, unlikely to expose him to danger, given the presence of so many other knights. Alas, he has taken no interest, and I fear may abandon his post in my absence. All I ask is that you keep an eye on him until I return. Exhausting though that may be. Thank you, my friend. I promise we will not be long. Okay. Yes, he was. Once more, a favor. I'm rather busy at the moment, old girl, guarding this tavern, as it were. Oh, I see now. Atterell thought I might be derelict in my duty, eh? The nerve of my brother to question my dedication. But since you're here, mayhap I can put you to proper use. The wasteland beyond the walls must be kept safe for travelers, yet I have been forbidden from leaving Falcon's Nest. It wouldn't do for our esteemed guests to be devoured by wolves, oh no. Yet that is precisely what will happen if we do not cull the roaming packs. Your map, if I may. Right, there, those are the points our scouts mark for patrol. I'll leave you to it, old girl. Come on over, I must return to my rounds. Oh dear, do be careful, my lady. Yeah. Wolves. Okay. Ghost wolves. Okay. Serenia, Wolfsbane. It pleases me to inform you that I have completed my rounds and that all is well in Falcon's Nest. Oh, that was this grizzled fellow looking for you. You know, the one who made that arsonist confess? Clever, that. Ah, Thancred is here? Thancred, was it? He was asking for you. Anyway, once I noticed the garish weapons he was sporting, I deemed it a waste to leave him be. I dispatched him to an area I neglected to mark on the map. Yes, this one. If you hurry, might still be there. He down here? Oh. Stay weapons, we come in peace. Lady Isa told us tales of Vidofnir. If she would trust in Ser Aymeric, then we too would hear what he has to say. But the wolves caught us unaware, and were it not for this man, we would have surely died. Fancy meeting you here, Serenia. It was fortunate I came when I did. These two would not have fared well against the wolves on their own. The young lord wasted no time taking advantage of you, did he? And me, I suppose. Let us return to Falcon's Nest then, and see what other fooling task he may have for us. Well, at least giving Thancred this job helped save these heretics. And show that they too are hopeful. And there they are, a pair of gallant heroes if I ever saw them. Comrades in arms, reunited at last. By your selfless sacrifice have you guaranteed the safety of our many guests. On behalf of Ishgard, I thank you both. And with that, there's not left to do but enjoy our well-earned respite. Respite, was it right? Well, let's take a next potion. Oh, this should, of course, go without saying, but let's keep those last few favors between us, yes? Atoel wouldn't understand. Right then, the first floor of those barracks has been converted to a tavern for the duration of the conference. Why don't you go and have something to eat? For once, it's a suggestion with which I agree. Go ahead, Serenia, I will join you in Gnome.
Welcome, welcome. Find yourself an empty seat and I'll be with you in a moment. Cold out, isn't it? Here, a mug on the house. Let's get some colour back in them cheeks. Freed food will be a bit longer than usual. We've got a lot of hungry folk to feed, what with the conference and all. Oh, so many people with cause to celebrate. To think there could be peace in our time, after all them years of fighting. When I heard about the conference, I knew I had to come. I knew I had to be here, to do my bit. My husband, he died fighting the dragons, you see. And here we are, about to break bread with him.
I hope that is not anger in your voice, ma'am. I believe it was.
Reckon you could do with a good long rest? After all you've done, I'd say you've earned it. Sleep now. Sleep. Sleep and leave us to our affairs. This was never your fight.
A vision.
My son. They told me he walks in Hallone's halls. Him and the rest of his unit.
They told me the same.
I expect they think it's comforting. Every time I come, I cry. I cannot bear to remember, but to forget would be 1,000 times worse. Yet that is what they would have us do. Accept this truth for the sake of peace. Bury the past and look to the future.
No. Nobody wants you to forget. Only to forgive.
But he was my future. My flesh and blood. My heart.
Is this it? We're the only ones with the courage to oppose this madness? Cowards, a lot of them.
They think only of the prize, of the peace Ser Aymeric promises them. They know in their hearts it's a lie, but they go along with it anyway, desperate fools. But not I. Not I! I see the worm that killed my brother in my dreams every night, and I will not rest until he lies broken at my feet. Him and every last one of his accursed kin.
All this nonsense about Kings of Eld, as if I care what they did or didn't do, makes no difference to me and mine. Have the dragons sued for peace in 1,000 years? Are they bollocks? It's a bloody ruse is what it is, and Ser Aymeric and the rest of them bloody fallen for it.
But what can we do? They believe, and naught we can say will ever change their minds. Whether we like it or not, man and dragon will come together at Vulcan's Nest, and all will be forgiven. Forgiven and forgotten.
No. I will not let that happen. They will remember the true face of the enemy. I will show it to them. And we will rise up against them once more.
Hey! Hey! This is no time for napping.
I know. Stupid poison.
Do you have your wits about you? Good. Come with me. We have a crisis on our hands.
Hear me, brothers and sisters. Do not be fooled by the honeyed words of the Dravarnians. The peace they promise is but a prelude to slaughter. Remember your husbands and wives never returned from war. Your children torn apart by fang and claw. All your loved ones shown no mercy. Does not your heart cry out for vengeance? Your blood boil at the injustice? Remember the face of your enemy, brothers and sisters. Remember it, and strike back!
You there! Don't just stand around gawping! Do something, man! Stop her!
Yes, my lord.
What should he do? Shoot her? Are you crazy? Don't make her a martyr for her cause.
See here the true nature of the Highborn. With lies and deception they lead us to our doom. And dare we raise our voices in dissent? Death is our reward. This is the choice they have given us, brothers and sisters. Death by dragon's fang, or death by nobleman's command. Death to all we hold dear. I spit on your choices, noblemen! You will take no more from me! No more! No more!
What have you done?
I only did as you ordered, my lord.
I gave no such order. I did not. I never meant for anyone to...
You did. You didn't mean to do any harm, but you did. Okay, but I end this episode here. Next time we continue and see how that priest conference turns out. Until then, I'm Mace and don't get lost.